And once again, I want to say greetings to each and every one of you, Aquaba, and welcome. Welcome to another round of Culturally Conscious Communications here on the LIB Radio, or LIB TV, here on livinginablack.com. My name is Kedia Wato, aka The Conscious Rasta. Weekday mornings, you and I get together live. We come at you from 9 a.m. Pacific time. That's 12 noon Eastern time. It's 5 p.m. GMT or BST. We get together with you and we deal with culture, consciousness, historical perspectives, entertainment, economics, education, health, labor, law, politics, religion, family, conflict, future studies, all areas of human interactivity and development. Today's date is Thursday on LIB Radio. It is once again time for Tech and Future Talk Thursdays. That is Tech and Future Talk. Today is Thursday, the 26th of June, 2025 in the Western calendar. This corresponds to the year 6265 in the Kemetic calendar, to which we realigned our cultural clock. Welcome to the seventh millennium. You have found your family in a peaceful place here on LIB Radio, LIB TV, living in black.com. Whew, that was a lot. This is the morning of the sixth day of my summer solstice detox fast. Let me tell you what I have accomplished with my own body today. And yeah, I am feeling a little bit fatigued. 6 days of water, or 5 days, 5.5 days, I guess, at this point, of water only. Water only. So after 5 days of the water fast, I weighed myself this morning. I began the fast at 151.6 pounds. I believe that's what it was. I'm pretty sure. I didn't write it down. I am today at 141.1 pounds. That is 10.4 pounds off in 5 days. Now, I would say that's pretty good. I'm not going to keep all that weight off, but I did eliminate all of that weight so that my body could get aggressive and start to devour uh, dysregulated lipins, which could show up as Alzheimer's, could show up as amyloidosis, could show up as Lewy body particles, and other instigations or instances of dysregulated lipins. My body is devouring parasites. My blood pressure has gone down. Why? Because the condition of atherosclerosis or clogged arteries alleviates itself when you stay on an extended water fast. So I feel really good today. A little bit sluggish. I did do all my morning exercises. I got them in, including HIIT. I went out, walked, and ran 2-minute cycles for 10 of those 2-minute cycles. So I'm in good shape. We're doing the best we can to be the best that we can be. And that is a good thing. Today, here's what we have on the table: finding our place in the global wellness market. Now I'm still on over here. Here, let me, 1 second. I just want to reload this page so I make sure that it and I are on the same page. Here's what we have for today as we are finding our place in the global wellness market. Today on LAB Radio, we address the rapidly expanding global wellness economy. Didn't mean to do that. rapidly expanding global wellness economy. Earlier on LAB Radio, we had shared the prediction from a reputable report that this industry was expected to expand by $3.1 trillion by 2028. And bear with me, this thing is acting a little funny over here, but I know the broadcast is going out just the way it should be. The global wellness economy was expected to expand by 3.1 trillion. That's an expansion by 2028. For some odd reason, my program is stuck over here. Bear with me. This is well worth waiting for. So expected to expand by $3.1 trillion by 2028. Did we make the necessary changes that would ensure that our Black people's inclusion in that massive expansion? We look closely into this expansion with the intention of getting in early, and getting in deep. We will not be left behind. We will not be left behind. So this is the program for today. We're going to go deep into it. I hope you find this to be satisfying. I do say greetings to each and every one of you tuning in today. And we do want to hear from you. I don't want to hear from you while I'm on the air, but we do want to hear from you in our listening audience today. So wherever you are, wherever you're calling from, checking in on us. You are LIB Radio, LIB TV, Living in Black. We are up again as we're broadcasting on Rumble. We're broadcasting on YouNow, YouTube, and on LinkedIn, on Rumble, YouNow, YouTube, Facebook, and the TuneIn app is up and running nowadays. And I have been uploading videos to our Odyssey page. So do check us out. You can always go to the front page of LIB Radio and learn where you can link to us. Now, for some odd reason, I am not seeing this stream. I'm not seeing the chat. And that's what I intend to see. Okay, the chat's over here. So we'll work with that computer. I don't know what's going on over here, but it is what it is. Let's go into the report, if you don't mind. Here it is. We have this on our desk. Based on results that I obtained from Brave Search, here are 10 key points summarizing the Global Wellness Summit 2025 report. Now, that reputable report that I was talking about is the Global Wellness Summit. They put out yearly, they do a lot to talk about global wellness. They issue a very expensive report that I, unfortunately, at this time, I cannot afford that report. But there are ways that we can get access to much of the information included in the annual Global Wellness Report. One day I will be getting that report in real time as they send it out. You know why? Because we will not be excluded. We will not be left behind. Let me hear you say that. We will not be excluded. We will not be left behind. Let me type it in. We will not, capitalize not, will not be left behind. And I mean that seriously. So here we go. We're into it. I see you in the house, my sister from UK, for Africa One. She says, Hotep, Brother Keaty, and global family. Greetings to you, beloved. And I don't know whether you had heard my report, my detox fast is at day 6. I have completed now 5 days of detox. I know you are doing a detox as well. And in the first 5 days, I took off 10.4 pounds. I went from a 151.6 to 141.1. And I really do feel good. 10.5 pounds. That's not too bad, is it? So, and that's about 4.9 kilograms I took off in that short period of time. Let's go forward. We got a lot of great work on the table for today. First thing up, we're going into the Global Wellness Summit report. Just came out. And again, as I said, I can't afford the report, but there are ways that I can get into it and find out what's going on. Point number 1, the Global Wellness Summit 2025 predicts 10 wellness trends for the year ahead, with a focus on analog wellness and, quote, augmented biology. We're going to go into those topics a little bit more here in just a second. Point 2, the report highlights the importance of a, quote, logging off, unquote, and seizing pre-digital experiences as people seek a balance between technology and wellness. Ooh, you hear what they're saying? They're saying all these fitness gadgets. The Global Wellness Report is suggesting that you and I go analog, get off the gadgets, put the gadgets away, and do what we did before the technology. We'll get to that in a little bit. 3, augmented biology is expected to become a major trend with a focus on superhuman optimization and the use of technology to enhance human performance. Now, point 2 they made and point 3 oppose each other. But they are saying we're not talking about ideology, we're talking about trends. And the trends tend to be driven in large part by the economics of the trends. So they are, number 2, they said, go analog, do the stuff you did before all of that. And that's me. I do the analog. And number 3 point they make is that augmented biology is expected to become a major trend. People are going to do it anyway. Number 4, the report also predicts a shift toward sauna reimagined, with a focus on innovative and experiential wellness practices in sauna. And I look forward to telling you more about that. That's I think is a good trend. Point 5, the wellness industry is expected to tackle serious issues like addiction, teen wellness, the global water crisis, and the aging workforce. 4 very important points. I think all of us have been impacted in one way or another by these 4. I'm going to repeat them. Serious issues like addiction, maybe your addiction to cigarettes, to alcohol, to ganja, or to food addictions. Teen wellness. If we are around teens, we understand that teen wellness is being challenged by the proliferation of the smartphone, which has unfortunately captured many teens. And talking about the global water crises, the microplastics in the water and the other toxins in the water, as well as the lack of water, clean water especially, in many areas of the world. Here in California, or here in Nevada, where I'm at, Nevada, Arizona, California, and Utah are having a serious water crisis. We're going to have to deal with that. And the aging workforce. That's a That's a critical one because the aging workforce can't retire because the economics of retirement no longer are being no longer fit in. So what are they to do? Many of the aged are going back into the workforce. What are we going to do about that? Point number 6. The report highlights the importance of, quote, analog wellness and the need to balance technology with human connection and nature. Now, at this point, the search that I did goes into more of what is this analog wellness. Here's what it says. Analog wellness is a growing trend that emphasizes reducing dependence on technology and embracing more natural, tactile, and in-person activities to restore balance to the body and to the mind. It is not just about digital detoxing, I like that phrase, digital detox, but also about actively choosing experiences that make us feel human again. The trend involves logging off from social media, reducing screen time, and engaging in analog technologies and hobbies, such as vinyl records, film cameras, and in-person clubs for activities like bird watching, running, knitting, or roller skating. According to the Global Wellness Summit, analog wellness is the #1 trend in their 2025 report, highlighting a shift towards slower, low-tech living. This movement towards digital disconnection and analog living is set to reshape everything from travel to home design. The concept also includes activities like meditation, outdoor activities, and taking care of holistic health. It is about moving away from the overstimulating, algorithm-driven, endlessly distracting digital world and towards experiences that bring us back together or bring us back to our bodies, our senses, and our deeper selves. Analog wellness. I kind of like that. And I did do a little bit more research about analog wellness. Well, actually, that was the additional research that I did about it. Analog wellness. That compares to the next trend, augmented biology. Augmented biology, enhancing human performance. Augmented biology refers to the use of technology to enhance human performance, optimize health, and extend lifespan. This emerging field combines biology, technology, and data science to develop innovative systems or innovative solutions for superhuman optimization. Augmented biology aims to, point one, enhance physical performance, developing brain-computer interfaces, neurostimulation therapies, and cognitive training programs to enhance focus, memory, and mental clarity. Augmented biology aims to, two, improve cognitive function, developing brain-computer interfaces, neurostimulation therapies, and cognitive training programs to enhance focus, memory, and mental clarity. Point three, or point four, I should say, No, this is point 3. Boost immune function. Leveraging gene editing, microbiome engineering, no, and immunotherapy to prevent and treat diseases. I believe absolutely we should prevent and treat diseases, but not by editing my genes. No. How about let's edit what we prepare for our evening meals or our morning meal, breakfast? More so than gene editing, I recommend that a good hearty breakfast using oatmeal as the base, adding blueberries, walnuts, wild desert honey, banana, other berries if you haven't had them, or granola. Add that to your oatmeal and have a superfood. Coconut oil, put some coconut oil in it. Yeah, that's what we aim to do. Cinnamon, ginger. That's what I'm talking about. Edit this, gene edit this. No. Next, extend lifespan. And yesterday you heard me go through my lifespan calculator. I think the calculator is very, very valuable. Extend lifespan. Investigating senolytics, stem cell therapies, and other interventions to delay aging and promote healthy longevity. And you don't necessarily delay aging, but you slow it down. Now, you can actually, to a point, reverse aging, especially if you are diabetic or have high blood pressure. You want to reverse those conditions. And in reversing those conditions, you are reversing your aging process. This has great potential. Augmented biology has the potential to revolutionize various industries, including healthcare, sports, and wellness. However, it also raises important questions about the ethics, accessibility, and regulation of these emerging technologies. Is augmented biology compatible with what you and I know as Ma'at? I would say it is not. Others might say different. As the field continues to evolve, it is essential to prioritize responsible innovation and ensure that the benefits of augmented biology are equitably distributed. I don't want mine. Somebody else can have mine. Someone else can have mine. Just quite simply. We're talking about the key features of this future we're talking about. Sauna reimagined. Sauna reimagined refers to the evolution of traditional saunas into innovative experiential wellness spaces that combine ancient practices with modern technology and design. This trend emphasizes the importance of heat therapy, and that heat therapy is called hyperthermal therapy for physical and mental well-being, while also acknowledging the need for variety and novelty in modern wellness experiences. Now, hyperthermia is a good treatment for many chronic diseases, especially inflammation associated diseases. Hyperthermia, I know my brother Dr. Amasis, uses hyperthermia for people who have been diagnosed with cancer and many other chronic illnesses. So don't overlook and or dismiss the use of hyperthermia in your preservation of your optimal wellness. Key features of saunas reimagined include point one, innovative heat sources using advanced technologies like infrared chromotherapy and even sound waves as ways to generate unique heat experiences. Point two, sensory enhancement, incorporating aroma therapy, color therapy, and soundscapes to create immersive environments that stimulate the senses. Point three, design and ambience, creating visually stunning spaces that combine traditional sauna design with modern materials and architectural elements. And I think that's a great idea. When it comes to the Kujichagulia villages, I really think that each village needs to have a sauna. Holistic programming, offering a range of programs and services that contribute that combine sauna use with other wellness activities, such as meditation, yoga, and nutrition counseling. You know, I like that. Sauna reimagined spaces are designed to provide a unique and rejuvenating experience that goes beyond traditional sauna use by incorporating cutting edge technology and innovative design. These spaces aim to promote relaxation, rejuvenation, and overall well being. I like that idea. I'm going to take a moment here before we go into the second part of this. And I want to just show you, you heard me mention just a little bit ago about incorporating saunas into Kujichagulia villages. Well, I continue to work on this. In fact, this report, I'm about to submit my report that will be presented in Ghana this October. And I'm going to show you just some of the images that will be in the PowerPoint presentation that I aim to present. So you are looking on the screen right now. You are seeing an image here. Let me just get a little water in. Mm. And I tell you, when you're on your 6th day of your summer solstice water fast, water tastes incredible. One more time. Mm, 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 mm. Let's go forward. Kujichagulia villages, a practical plan for self-determination. Here you are looking at the Kujichagulia village. These are AI drawings. Let's be clear about that. The villages are, they do exist, but they do not look like this, not at this point. And these villages in Africa, these particular villages do not yet exist. The Kujichagulia villages are being proposed for Ghana, Kenya, and Uganda, our first 3 Kujichagulia villages. According to my best projections, it will take about $2 million each to put in place up to 32 Kujichagulia villages, up to $2 million a piece. At least $2 million will get the village started. A number of elements are coming together. I'm excited about it, and I hope I can excite you about it as well. The first picture you're looking at is the general view of the villages with lots of gardens. We're using the traditional round house design as our African model of the home. We're going to look inside one of these round house buildings in a little bit. But the round house design is now being expanded. You can see the round house basic design using earth ramming technologies. The basic design over here, you can see a 3-story roundhouse. The 3-story right here, whereas traditional roundhouses will be just 1 level. We aim to innovate. Let's go forward. We're talking about the future of Kujichagulia villages. We anticipate that the villages will be a proper place to raise our children safely. And here we have just a little corner of the village where you see three round houses and one-story round houses. We also, the round houses, we intend to, and you can see it over here, make sure the round houses, each of them has access to renewable energy. That's very, very important. Renewable energy for our Kujichagulia villages. The gardens and economy in a Kujichagulia village. We will be responsible for creating our own economy, our own jobs at the village level. We aim to keep people in the village from childhood to older age. We want to retain the population. So in this particular image is about our traditional African medicine. We will be growing our own herbs. And we can export those herbs from our villages and we can produce them. We can sell those herbs in urban marketplaces and on the internet. So we do encourage each of us to imagine traditional African medicine has stepped up. Dr. Sebi told us a lot about traditional African medicinal herbs. I've covered them in numerous books. You've read the books, so you know that traditional African medicine will be a significant player in the global wellness marketplace. There are billions of dollars expansion, $1 trillion of expansion. We're going to take advantage of it. In the Kujichagulia villages, we aim to bring food production to the next level. And in this particular one, you see us growing our vegetables and fruits. This is a very dense picture. It's actually, in actuality, it's an AI generated picture. In actuality, the trees and everything we see around the village are actually going to have to be more designed so that more direct sunlight can hit the village in many places. Now, in some places where it's very hot, the direct sunlight will actually be contradictory to our aim. So these are raised bed square foot gardens, and they're all very productive in our hands. And we can see here surrounding the main garden are fruit trees. We can see on the right hand side here, looks like some oranges. I love it, love it, love it. Kujichagulia villages will also be the center of scientific innovation. We've got to bring science into the villages. We have got to be able to certify as organic our own vegetables, our own fruits. Scientific research will also be involved in our health care initiatives. Don't be afraid of science. Let's remember Dr. George Washington Carver. Let's enhance his vision, his belief. We're going to name these scientific labs, or at least one of them is going to be named after Dr. George Washington Carver. I promise you, I aim to carry Dr. George Washington Carver with me to Africa and introduce Africa to what this brilliant science brought to America. We can do this at our Pan-African Kujichagulia Village laboratories. Going forward, everything we do is for the children, should be for the children. I'm going to repeat that. Everything we do should be for the children. And Africa, the continent Africa, has more children, especially more younger children. African nations are the youngest on the planet. So while Europe has hit the end of its population growth, Eastern Asia has reached the zenith of its population growth. China, Japan, and I believe South Korea are now shrinking in their population. We as Africans have and continue to love to have children in our midst. So, this practical plan for self determination must be for the children. If we do it right, they will grow up in a village like this. Now, the African's self esteem will match anyone else's self esteem on the entire planet. You understand what I'm saying? I see a couple of people here in the house. Do these devices not produce electromagnetic energy, therefore counterproductive? Well, I talked about the contradiction between the analog life and augmented reality. So, yes, you're right for Africa One. And thank you for recognizing the contradiction. That's very important, beloved sister. Thank you for recognizing the contradiction. We're going to move forward. I thought you started your fast on Friday the 20th. I started mine on Saturday. I actually started mine on Saturday the 21st. Yes. And I know I end my 7-day fast on Saturday. That's good. Good. 7-day fast. I'm actually doing a 28-day detoxification fasting scheme. And maybe just a 7-day. Are you talking about 7-day water fast or your entire fast? But congratulations, congratulations. I don't want to say anything to diminish your maintenance of your perfection and grace. I think it's a great thing. I hope others around you are inspired to see you doing what you are doing. I'm going forward. Kujichagulia Villages. I said we could take a look inside one of the roundhouses. Now, again, these are AI renderings. And here we're looking at a 2-story roundhouse. It could actually, in this space, you could put 2 families. So we see here in the roundhouse, it has solar power, small amount of panels here. It's going to need more than that for 2 families. But it also has the kitchen area. There's a room over here, bathroom, a bedroom, and looks like a pool in the room. I can't really tell what that is. Again, these are AI renderings, so they can be a little random. But that is, can you imagine living in a place like this? That would be a premium home in the United States, but in Africa, we can build this home for less than $100,000. Oh, yes, we can. We better start thinking this way. You heard, if you were listening to LIB Radio before I came on, you heard Dr. Gary Null from Progressive Radio Network Broadcasting. And Gary Null said very adamantly, he said it multiple times, do not invest in real estate if you are in America. Real estate is crazy. It's out of control. And there's a likelihood that real estate market could crash. Gary Null pointed out the number of U.S. businesses that are closing down, Google laying off 20,000 employees. So right now, you do not want to stake your bet on a market that is about to crash like it did in 2007, 2008. But why not invest in Africa? If you can believe in yourself and your ability to create a future, then do so in Africa. It's a win-win-win situation. Could you imagine yourself living in a home like this? I could, no doubt. Kujichagulia Villages, a practical plan for self-development. Here's another shot of the village with the wind turbines in the background. Each house has a solar array on top. Each house is surrounded by organic gardens. That's beautiful. I think that's beautiful. That you would have fresh organic vegetables every day by just walking out onto your lawn. And personally, I believe that these gardens should be shared. I think that everyone in our village is there because they aim to build together communally. Kujichagulia Village is a practical plan for self-determination. Hope you have all read the book by now. So you're going to recognize these as I'm describing them. This is, of course, the preservation of our culture, our cultural heritage. And here we have the village gathered and celebrating the drum as we have always celebrated the drum. And of course, in the Kujichagulia villages, just as everywhere else, for us, the family is the center of the village. The individual family is necessary for bringing in the children. That's inside a round house. And the family, look, everyone is dressed in African garbs, so we're not outsourcing our economics to European to manufacture us blue jeans and t-shirts. If we wear blue jeans and t-shirts, let's make them ourselves, and let's consider Western clothes are for work. African clothes are for life, for preserving our culture. We need to be dressed in African clothes. As I'm talking to you right now, I am dressed in a military vest, and along with European manufactured, or Asian, I should say, manufactured. So I am a hypocrite right now in talking to you right now, but that's just temporary. Most days you're going to see me here on LIV Radio sporting African clothes, and that is critically necessary. For African One says, I can only do 7 days now due to the low weight. Yeah, I understand that. I used to do 14 to 21 days. And yeah, I do recognize that your weight is somewhat low. Mine is pretty low right now too. But I'm kind of a badass. And I'm going to go push through, do 28 days. During the 28 days, there will be days when I will eat things like nuts and things. Mostly, though, I will be liquid during the 28-day detox fast. Kujichagulia villages. Let's look at the villages. This is an aerial view, or maybe I might say what's the word? Unmanned aerial vehicle. They're called drones. This is a drone view of a Kujichagulia village, artificially rendered. But from the drone view, we can see what the villages can be looking like. And you know something? We have this little village here, which has what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or maybe might be 10, because some of these might be 2-story homes, families living in it. Then it stops, and then it's connected to the next village over here. That's a great idea. Let's create the villages to be low environmental impact. And it's connected to another village. The next village could be growing more foods than these families need, could be producing crafts, all kind of crafts at the Kujichagulia villages. Here is another image of what a Kujichagulia villages could or would resemble. This is a very dense living area. And these might be considered to be luxury homes, or they could be production centers, craft making centers. Imagine what you want to imagine in it. You tell me what's going to go on inside these buildings. For Africa One says the villages are exquisite, a fine future, a fine example of futuristic Sankofa. Futuristic Sankofa. That's a beautiful idea. Futuristic. In the future, go back and fetch. Go back and fetch. So we have gone back, we have fetched our roundhouse designs, but our roundhouse designs, which are very efficient for many reasons, that's why we've chosen the roundhouse design. The thatched roofs cool the building in many ways. It's an integration of new with the old. And we have these walkways, these stepways. We can just make these stepways between the houses as this is just, for me, I can't imagine not going this way. And in our Kujichagulia villages, we enforce the cultural rule of connecting the elders with the youngest members of the village. Veneration of our elders is a rule. It's an absolute rule. And as we build these villages and move forward, this elder must be kept as happy and comfortable and healthy as our entire village can maintain. Hey, listen, you and I are getting older now. We're going to have to build these villages so we can establish this rule. So here we see the elder with two children sitting in on a wooden bench. And let me tell you, that wooden bench he's sitting on, that looks beautiful. That's magnificent. Can we take responsibility for building these wooden benches? That would take a day or so to build. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. So the elder is sitting with two children. Obviously, the children love the elder. The elder obviously loves the children. That's a beautiful, beautiful images, isn't it? I personally think it is beautiful. So that brings us to the end of this tour of this Kujichagulia villages. I have dozens and dozens of images of the villages, and I will be putting this one into a PowerPoint presentation here very soon. Let's go back to the global wellness economy. Let's talk further about it. We ended up with the sauna reimagined, and in that village, did you place a sauna in that village? Maybe we need to design a game where people design their own village. I like that idea. I like that idea. Key factors. No, the next one is about men's body image crises. The men's body image crisis refers to the growing concern about the negative impact of societal beauty standards on men's mental and physical health. Traditional masculine ideals emphasize physical strength, muscularity, and youth, leading to a culture of body disassociation and insecurity. This is important. The culture that's being promoted today is distorting the image in young male minds. Now, interesting, when I went to search for images that would go along with this idea of men's body image crises, the first one that came up, believe it or not, the first, and it was in there more than one time in the references, was that of a gay man. He was obviously a gay man, and he's posing and fitness and everything. He is representing men's body image crises. I got a problem with that. Here, let me find that same image. You don't believe me. Images.google.com, and I'm going to put in the exact same prompt I put in before. Men's body image issues. And that's right up here. Nope, nope, nope. That wasn't the right prompt. Let me copy it exactly like it sits here. It was men's body image crises, not issues, but crises. I'm going to copy, cut, and paste this, and you're going to see what had me quite alarmed. Crisis, men's body image crisis, CRI. No, not XRI, CRISIS. Men's body image crisis. No, it didn't come up again. Well, maybe maybe Google is listening to this program and it took the gay guy down. Let me try it one more time. It's not that important. And it's not coming up, so don't worry about it. It's not that important. We are going to continue men's body image crises, key factors. No, the men's body image crisis refers to the growing concern about the negative impact of societal beauty standards. I said that already. Key factors that are contributing to the men's body image crisis include, but are not limited to, number one, unrealistic media representation. Men are bombarded with images of idealized male bodies in advertising, social media, and popular culture, creating unrealistic expectations. You see these workout videos with the guys with big, huge, bulky, those guys are all on steroids. And we do know that ultimately they're going to be ill because of those steroids. The average life expectancy of a professional bodybuilder is 55 years of age. It comes, I published that, that was about 10 or 12 years ago when I put out the book Furiously Vegan. The average life expectancy, no, I put out the book Living Superfood Longevity. The average life expectancy of these professional bodybuilders is 55 years old. Now, the average American lives to be 78, 79 years old. So what are these people doing? They're taking off their entire life so that they can primp and pose. And who are they impressing? Let's be clear, each other. The peacock is only impressing other peacocks. I don't think that sane women are choosing these men. They might want them as F boys. You know what I'm talking about. But when it comes down to keeping a man for life, well, he's going to be yours, but only for a few years to get your enjoyment out of him because he's not going to live long. Point two, pressure to conform. Societal expectations of masculinity often prioritize physical appearance over other qualities, leading to feelings of inadequacy. Very true. Body dysmorphia. Men are increasingly experiencing body dysmorphic disorder, characterized by preoccupation with perceived flaws in their appearance. Mental health consequences. Body image issues can contribute to depression, anxiety, and low self-esteem in men. Breaking down the body image crisis, how do we combat it? Promoting diverse representation, encouraging a broader range of body types and ages in media and advertising. 2, challenging traditional masculinity, redefining what it means to be masculine, emphasizing qualities beyond physical appearance. Yeah, let's start talking about the grandfathers and those dads out here who do the right thing for their family, their children. Those are qualities that are very masculine, and we appreciate love them. Fostering self acceptance, encouraging men to accept and appreciate their bodies, flaws and all. I can sign on to that. I understand what they're meaning. But if you are obese, overweight, which most of our black men are either overweight or obese in America, then you need to take care of that. You need to take care of it. But I do say that accepting who you are, where you are, and what you look like is a key point towards reestablishing your mental clarity, power, and self esteem. So it's a matter of finding a balance. By addressing these factors, we can work towards creating a more inclusive and supportive environment for men's body image and overall well being. Next point, in the global wellness market expansion, $3.1 trillion by 2028, is women's health research gap. Women's health research gap, a long-standing issue. The women's health research gap refers to the significant disparity in research funding, attention, and understanding of women's health issues compared to men's health. This gap has long been well documented and persists across various areas of health, including number one, reproductive health. Despite accounting for half of the global population, women's reproductive health remains poorly understood, with inadequate funding on and research on conditions like endometriosis, fibroids, and polycystic ovary syndrome, PCOS. Point two, mental health. Women are more likely to experience depression, anxiety, and eating disorders, yet receive less attention and funding for research and treatment. Point three, cardiovascular health. Women's cardiovascular health is often overlooked, with inadequate research on heart disease, stroke, and other conditions that disproportionately affect women. Menopause and aging. The menopause transition and aging are complex, multifaceted processes that require more research attention, yet remain understudied. Now, I've got to say, I am proud of the fact that we very regularly do research that pertains to women's health. And these topics that they're talking about, we have covered them to the best of our abilities. Very recently, we did so. But overall, across the larger society, it's just not happening. The consequences of the women's health research gap include, but are not limited to, number one, inadequate care. Women often receive inadequate care and treatment for their health conditions due to a lack of understanding and research. Point two, delayed diagnosis. Women's health conditions are frequently misdiagnosed or underdiagnosed, leading to delayed treatment and poor health outcomes. Three, health disparities. The women's research gap contributes to health disparities, with women of color, Black women, and Hispanic women, and Native American women, and low-income women experiencing even greater barriers to care. Addressing the women's health research gap requires increased funding, attention, and commitment to understanding and addressing the unique health needs of women. And I do agree. We have to. It's the right thing to do. Women hold up half the earth. Women are essential for the next generation, producing them and raising them for the first 7 years. And then they look to us to help them. Well, they look to us to help them at all phases. We got to help birthing them. But you know what I'm saying. We're going to do a better job when it comes to our future. That future is in Africa. Next, we're going to talk about the wellness metaverse. What is the wellness metaverse? A virtual world for holistic well-being. The wellness metaverse is a virtual reality platform that combines immersive technology, artificial intelligence, and wellness practices to create a holistic and engaging experience. The virtual world aims to revolutionize the way people approach wellness, providing a safe and accessible space for self discovery, relaxation, and personal growth. Key features of the wellness metaverse include point, immersive environments, exploring serene landscapes, meditative spaces, and calming environments that promote relaxation and reduce stress. And I'm just thinking right now, I like these ideas because in the Kujichagulia village, one of the things we were intended to include in the Kujichagulia village was access to very high speed digital wireless. And in that, why not we create a room or a space which is all about immersion environment. Create an immersive environment space in the Kuji village. I like that idea. I see a comment for Africa One. She says, ironically, the majority of men here in the dismal north of England are overweight and obese, wobbling around in sports in sportswear. I'm sorry. That was funny. The majority of men here are dismal north are overweight and obese, wobbling around in sportswear. That is hilarious. And I know what you mean. It's it's disgusting. It is what it is though. And we don't want to insult these men, but we do want to remind them what the sportswear they bought is for. Key features of the wellness metaverse include personalized wellness programs. AI driven programs offer tailored recommendations for physical activity, nutrition, and mental well being based on individual needs and goals. In that immersive environment, what they're saying is we can create a functional medicine algorithm that will, each individual can input into that functional medicine algorithm what their body is. They can put in their body mass index, their goals for what they intended to be, their what they like to eat, et cetera, how much exercise they need to do, and the algorithm will spit out a custom tailored fitness program for you. And because you are in the village, you will then share that with others and you will achieve it. I'll be there. You'll be there. We will achieve our fitness goals. I like that idea. Social connections. Connect with like minded individuals. Join wellness communities and participate in group activities to foster social support and accountability. Accountability, social support. Everybody needs it. We are not born to be individuals being exploited by these corporations. Nope, 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 nope. We're going to create this environment so that we can extract ourselves from that matrix and create a new paradigm shift. This is awesome. Wellness, virtual wellness tools. Access to a range of tools, including meditation and mindfulness exercises, yoga classes, and breathwork sessions. That is awesome. We can do all of it. Here are some of the benefits of the wellness metaverse. Number one, increasing accessibility, reaching a wider audience, and make wellness practices more accessible to those with mobility or accessibility issues. That's very increased. That's very important. In the Kujichagulia villages, we aim to create them so that people who are challenged by physical activity, might be unable to use their legs or in a wheelchair. For one, we're going to do the best we can to get you out of that wheelchair and get you back into living again. If you are in a wheelchair because you are diabetic, it's time to get out of that wheelchair and start walking and get rid of the diabetes. But we would prefer to prevent you from getting diabetes, but we're going to make the whole village is going to be wheelchair accessible. We have to. Who else is going to do it besides ourselves? Benefits include enhanced engagement, increasing motivation and engagement through immersive and interactive experiences. Immersive and interactive, very important. Personalized approach. We will provide tailored recommendations, and support to meet individual needs and goals. That's that accountability factor I was talking about earlier. The wellness metaverse has the potential to transform the way we approach wellness, making it more accessible, engaging, and effectiveness. And then there's one more area I want to just build out here before we go forward. And that is the benefits of a certified wellness coaches. You need a certified wellness coach. Cannot understate the importance. Why certified wellness coaches? Certified wellness coaches are trained professionals who help individuals achieve their wellness goals through personalized guidance, support, and education. These coaches possess a deep understanding of the interconnectedness of physical, emotional, and mental well-being, mind, body, spirit, and the use of evidence-based practices to empower their clients to make informed lifestyle choices. Key qualities of a certified wellness coach include: one, comprehensive training, complete accredited training programs that cover topics such as nutrition, mindfulness, stress management, and behavioral change. Two, holistic approach, addressing the whole person, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, to promote overall well-being. Three, client-centered, focus on individual needs and goals, creating a safe and supportive environment for growth and transformation. And next point, ongoing education for the certified wellness coach as well as the client. Stay up to date with the latest research and best practices in wellness coaching. Here are the benefits. The others were listed the key qualities. Let's list the benefits of working with a certified wellness coach. Point 1, personalized guidance. Receive tailored advice and support. Receive tailored advice and support to achieve specific wellness goals. Point 2, increase self-awareness, developing a developing a understanding of values, goals, and behaviors that impact well-being. Point 3, accountability and support. Stay motivated and accountable through regular check-ins and support. And the next point, long-term results. Experience lasting changes and improvements in overall well-being. I have, in the last 5 days, reduced my body weight by 10.5 pounds, 4.9 kilograms. I aim to maintain the weight loss not to where it is now, but at the halfway point. Now, I'm proud to say, think about it, that after 44 years, I still weighed what I weighed at age 25. I was 5 pounds over my 2025 weight. My perfect weight in life was 145. So 145 went to 151. Now I have been heavier, but I was before this fast at 151.6, 151.5. And so therefore, that gaining 5 pounds in 44 years, that was fantastic. And still being within perfectly the ideal optimal body weight. But now I am on the lower side of the perfect weight. I didn't do my body mass index today, but today, hey, let me just real quickly show you my body mass index for today. And it's probably pretty good. And it comes up as, I took my body mass calculator off my phone. I was trying to fix the phone the other day. And if you've been trying to call me recently, I have not been answering the phone. Why? Because the dang thing is gone. My phone is gone. And I'm going to be replacing it. The new phone comes in today. I couldn't even afford it, but I had to do it anyway. Body BMI calculator. That's what I'm looking for. BMI calculator. And here it's coming up. I'm going to take a second here. I have to get the right one. Where we at? Adult BMI calculator. Which one did I want? Calculator.net. I don't think that's the one that I like, but that's okay. BMI calculator. My weight, my age, 69 years young. Male, 5 foot 8.5 inches tall. And I weigh this morning 141.1. Calculate it. And now the calculator comes on and it shows me in the green zone slightly below. My body mass index calculates to 21.1 kilograms per square meters. Body mass index of 21.1 is awesome. Awesome, awesome. I'm proud of it. I'll drink to that, he says. According to this chart, the healthy BMI range is from 18.5 kilograms per square meter to 25 kilograms per square meter. And so I am well above too lightweight and well below overweight. Now, I have been overweight. The last time I was overweight, though, was, and that was only for a day or two. I was overweight over the 25 body mass index in the spring, just right before the spring of 2010. That put me at 176 pounds. And that was overweight. I think it was overweight. Let me calculate that. 176. And yeah, that put me up into the overweight category. That day on the spring 2010, I not only did my 28-day fast, but I went to raw food. I was on raw food only, pretty much, for about 8 years. By going raw superfoods for that long, and today I am still mostly in raw superfoods. I do some cooking, beans and things I didn't eat when I was on raw, but now I am eating them. I do have some superfoods and things that I use that are cooked. But my weight went down 26 pounds in 28 days. It went from 176, which was overweight, it went to 150 in 28 days. 150 pounds in 28 days. And I've maintained it. I've never been overweight since then. So I'm proud of myself. I'm very, very proud to be engaging with you. And today I am at 141.1. Today, I believe I will start taking in some nutrition, but it's going to be very limited. Very limited. I may make a juice or a smoothie. And then today I will also start the prune juice and anti-parasite phase of my detox fast. I'll be using prune juice, Cascara Sagrada, and parasite cleanse. And so that's going to be wonderfully interesting. So all of that to say this, I want to talk about a couple more points. By working, before going forward, yeah, the certified coach was the last real point I wanted to make. By working with a coach, individuals can achieve more balanced and fulfilling life and make sustainable lifestyle changes that promote optimal well-being. And there we'll be talking about urban wellness, playgrounds, another key factor for our global wellness. Healthy senior living models, very important. New soil focus and survivalist wellness. So on that note, there are two more points here. The Global Wellness Summit, which produced this report we've drawn from for today, is an annual event that brings together leaders from the business, government, academia, and science to shape the wellness industry. The summit is expected to take place in Dubai. And it's going to be in Dubai from November 18 through 21. That's Dubai 2025. I'm going to be not in Dubai. I'm going to be in Africa at that time. The plan is to be in Africa. The report is based on insights from hundreds of executives who attend the Global Wellness Summit each year, making it a reliable source for wellness trends and predictions. So that's what that's all about. We have come to the end of today's program, but I just want to summarize what we did today. For one, I exposed you to key data from the 2025, well, actually it's coming up, but the 2025 key data I shared on the global wellness research. The industry, The global wellness economy, that's what I'm trying to say. The global wellness economy is currently at about $5.5 trillion annually. It is expected to increase by 3.1 trillion in between now and 2028. That $3.1 trillion is brand new money appearing on the planet. We ask the question, how much of $3.1 trillion, and we understand the dollar is deflating, how much of that deflated $3.1 trillion is coming towards you and me? Have we planned on capturing any of it? I think we should. I think it would be a very wise thing to do. So I'm going to go out of it for today. I'm going to leave for today's program. But before I go, I need to talk to you personally. And I need to ask a question, not of you for Africa One. I know you're doing good. You've always been a strong supporter of your brother. But the other people who are listening today, we have to ask the question, where are you at? What are you doing? Are you optimally healthy? Can you seriously look into your video camera, look in the mirror, and say, I am as healthy as I should be, especially for my age? Are you healthier than what others your age are presenting, men and women? So we better start answering this question honestly. We better answer this question honestly. Now, living to be 100, 110, 120, 126 in my case, living to be that long, it's very ambitious. But I want to live to be 110, 120 while still being viable, while still having access to all of my limbs, my fingers, my eyes, my hearing. I want to play music when I'm 90, 100 years old. I want to be living in that village, surrounded by those children, like the elder that you saw. And I want them to come and ask me about my wisdom. What do I remember? That's what comes with living these long, beautiful, extended lifespans. We can do this, but we cannot do it the way we have been living. Living in the West has proven to be toxic for African people. I repeat, living in the West, in America and the UK and Canada, France, and in many parts of the Caribbean, Central and South America, has been toxic for us, mainly because we changed our diet to conform to these crazy people who brought us here. Why did we do that? Was that well thought out? I don't think so. Can we do better than that? I think we can. So I'm going to ask you, the listening audience, to give me a call. I want you to contact me. Text me. Text me, text me, text me. Text me, Kitty, and let me know today. Text me today at 323, no, not, that's not yet, 702-580-0662. Text me with your individual health challenge. Now, The call, if you text me, I'm going to call you back today. I'm going to do free calls for today. I'm going to do free calls for today. So if you're out there listening and you have particular health challenges, text me today. Get in on it. Be a part of it. Personally, I think it's a good idea. Write down my number. Text me at 780. Text me at 702-580-0662. And I will get right back to you. You might be texting right now. But I promise you, I'm qualified. And really, you don't need to be or want to be left behind. So we have come a long way together. But yet, we still have a long, long way to go. I encourage each and every one of you to do your best, and to make sure that you are headed toward the glorious future that you so much deserve. Thank you all for being a part of today's discussion. Hit the like button before you leave and let everybody know, let the algorithm know how much you do value and appreciate LIV Radio, LIV TV, and livinginblack.com. So on that note, I am done talking my brain. I'm a little bit tired because it has been a detox fast. The detox fast has been on water only so far. The detox fast still has another 23 days to go. As I tune my body, fine tune it like a fine piece of metal. I'm a rare earth element. Yes, I am. But this is why we detox. Because we choose to live in an optimized body and lifestyle. You've been tuned into your favorite. We aim to be your favorite. We are LIV Radio, LIV TV. We are livinginblack.com. Tell your friends to tell their friends that we have our own now. And we can be very proud of what we have, of who we are, but even more proud of our destiny. Ashe, 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 yo. Peace to everybody.